really like going where I feel like I might not be accepted, or I might be kind of like segregated or kind of like casted out. Hey guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. As always, I'm always excited having you guys tuned into this YouTube channel. So today is an exciting day to be diving into the 13 things you should never do in Poland. So stick around with me to the end of the video as we explore this video together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on this YouTube channel. Feel free to use a buy me coffee link to make priority requests on the next video lecture on our YouTube channel. And a big shout out to every single one of my buy me coffee supporters. I'll see you guys on the video. Let's go.
So I've been living here in Poland for a few months now, and I gotta say it's been awesome. However,
All
my
right.
experience here has not been perfect, and there are a few things that I have done that have definitely rubbed Polish people the wrong way. So today I wanted to share with you things that you absolutely should not do here in Poland. So one of the
Okay.
stereotypes here is that Polish people don't smile. That's half
Really?
true and half not true. It's more like they walk around with a resting bitch face all the time, I'm gonna be completely honest, but that's just a part of the culture, especially if they don't know you. However, once Polish people get to know you, they are incredibly friendly and welcoming, small talk and everything. What I've learned is how to do the Polish smile, and the Polish smile is just like this. It's kind of like a half grin. You don't really show your teeth. You just kind of bow your head as a sign of respect. But it's not like people are going to be greeting you and welcoming you super smiley like they are in a place like maybe Spain or Latin America. Don't be afraid to smile at strangers though. If you see a girl that you happen to think is very, very pretty, go ahead and smile. And if she likes you, there's a possibility that she will smile back. Just know that it's not the cultural norm here. And if people don't smile back at you, just don't take it personally. Let's talk about small talk.
All right. So actually, I found this I don't know. I find it intriguing in the sense that, right, I'm a very will I use the word a happy person. So I'm this kind of person that I literally smile just just to about every single person I know and all that stuff. So imagine me going to Poland right now and I will be out of place, honestly. And I'm trying not to say the sentences I want to say in order for you guys not to take it the wrong way. But I feel like I'm a happy person. I'm someone that does not like all this thing, like take things personal to heart, except when it is an atrocity or something of huge proportion. But casuality of greeting or smiling at someone, I find it that you should. There is no I know it's not personal like you said, but still the same thing to say. I feel like smiling at your friend or a stranger in public, which is not polite, or you know I just feel like a little thing should be done about it, because smiling is always a very good way to actually improve your health. Like me, look at me now. If I tell you my age, you will not believe. Sorry for that. Let's continue, please.
Small talk. Slavic people in general are not really into small talk. People are generally minding their own business, as opposed to the US, where if we want to do anything, we always have to get the formalities out of the way. How are you? How's your family? How are you doing today? All of these things. Polish people are not like that. Polish people are a lot more direct. And this is something I've grown accustomed to because I actually like it. Slavic people are very honest and direct people. Don't beat around the bush or anything. If you want something, just ask for it clearly. If you say you're gonna do something, do it. Number 3, politics.
Hold on, sorry to say this, right? But how can I start a conversation? I just meet you and I'm like, hello, can you hand me your phone? Or okay, according to him, he's actually saying you should cut to the shade. So which means there's no need for the hello, give me your phone. That would be like it's like I'm robbing you. Now, I'm not saying that the Polish culture is bad, but I'm saying like formalities do matters for me. I feel like it matters to me though. Maybe it could be my own culture or maybe the way I was trained, but I feel like formalities matter. Like, hello, how are you? Hope your day is going fine. Ease the person into the conversation, because I feel like if you are direct in that formality, right, there is a very high probability the person will deny your request. But by the time you engage the person in the conversation, you make the mood lighter. And in that sentence, right, at the end of the day, you make it actually hard for the person to say no to you, in the sense that you are already respectful. You kind of like greeted, asked after his health, his family, stuff like that. So I feel like formalities do matters, or will I use the word greeting, making small talks, just that don't stay off course. That is what I can only say in this context. Don't stay off course, because I don't know how I'll just meet. Let me just say now, if I come to Poland, I can't just come and meet someone. Um, Do you know the way? That's rude. For me, I feel like that's rude. I'll first of all be like, I'm sorry, excuse me, good afternoon. Yeah, sorry to disturb you. I'm kind of like lost right now. Can you please direct me to so street and stuff like that? So being direct sometimes might be very good. That is to people that you personally know. But I feel like formalities matters when you are talking to a complete total strangers. But that's my own opinion though. So sorry for that, but let's continue, please.
Politics. You do not want to talk politics with Polish people. Now, if you are super well versed in it and this is what you study, sure, argue your point. But there are two things that Polish people love to do. They love to complain and they love to argue. As someone who is an outsider, I tend to stray away from talking about politics because one, I didn't grow up here, so I don't know the history behind everything. And
Yeah,
honestly, it's just not worth the argument that it's going to create. A lot of Polish family gatherings will eventually turn into talking about politics or religion and people will be screaming at each other. Like that's how intense it gets. If you are a foreigner here, just know that we're guests and I try to stay away from talking about politics as much as possible. Something you definitely do not want to do here is say that Poland is a part of.
all right. So you see this part you just actually pointed out right now. I support it totally because I don't feel it's quite right that you go and make an argument um, about an origin you know nothing about. Like I didn't grow up in Poland. I don't know the diversity of their culture. I don't know the differences of their um, language or the way, like the way he's mentioning about them smiling, stuff like that. I don't really know much about it. So talk more of knowing about their politics or the originality of it. So me going there and making an argument about it just because I study it in school is quite, will I use the word, insulting to them, because regardless of how much I see the facts on the television or on the paper, I did not live that fact. I did not go through the pains of that fact. I did not go through the traumas of that fact. So me arguing from an intellectual point of view is kind of like, how will I try to be? Trying to be the smart ass in the room, which is wrong. Because at the end of the day, it's not just intellectual that matters in that kind of conversation, but the emotional impact, the traumatic impact that affects the people living in that area or in that country. So I totally support what he says here by the fact that you don't get in an argument with someone over there over their political changes and everything like that. So let's continue.
Part of Eastern Europe. They will correct you and say that they are Central Europe, and they're very proud of it. And I can even see that in their culture. Poland is definitely a lot more westernized than some of the more eastern countries, such as Russia and Ukraine. They're very, very particular about that topic. So if you are mentioning Poland, always say that it is Central Europe, not Eastern Europe. There's also a
All
very strong
right.
anti-Russian sentiment here. In one of my videos, I openly stated that I wanted to learn Russian over Polish, not because I support the country, but because Russian is an infinitely more useful language. But just even saying something small like that, people were roasting me in the comments. So honestly, I would try staying away from that topic as much as possible. Another thing you should avoid
Well,
doing.
I really get where they are coming from in that sentence, because I think over the years there have not been any kind of like love lost relationship between the two countries. So I really get in that sentence. It's just like I don't even know which country to mention right now, but I really get the context of this conversation that he mentioned. And again, for me, I feel like I love more of the Polish language. That's the truth. I've never really listened to any Russian language, but I prefer the Polish language. And I think the Polish language, and which other language do I like to learn? I think for so far I think it's Polish. Yes, yeah. I think yeah, only Polish for right now. I think Sweden. I've forgotten the Sweden language. So maybe when I see one of their language again, I will remember. But I know I have a very keen interest in learning Polish. So sorry for that pause. I'm actually making this video longer than it should be, and I apologize for that. So I'm trying to going to limit the pauses I create as we watch this video together.
Avoid doing is talking about how your country is superior to Poland. You have to keep in mind that Poland back in the day was quite a poor country. Okay, so apparently I got this fact wrong. Back in the day, Warsaw used to be seen as the second Paris, but because of the war, everything got destroyed. So I may have made a mistake on that, but I'm sure Polish people will correct me in the comments down below. So a lot of Polish people migrated into other countries, such as the US and a lot of places in Western Europe. And Polish people have been associated with being almost second-class citizens. That's definitely changing now because Poland is quickly becoming a strong superpower in Europe. But I think that reputation has put a large chip on the shoulders of Polish people. So a lot of Americans like to travel to other countries and use the fact that they are American to try to get girls. That does not work here. Polish people are very nationalistic. They are very proud of their country, even though they spend a lot of time complaining about it. So if you feel like you're superior in any way because of your culture, try to keep those comments to yourself. Another thing you don't want to do here is flash your wealth. Polish people are quite humble by nature and they're
Yeah, yeah,
very
yeah.
frugal. It reminds me a lot of Chinese people in this way. Slavic women get a reputation for being gold diggers, materialistic, and maybe that's a little more true in places like Ukraine and Russia. But Polish people, especially the women, are not like that at all. If you want to come here, try to be a big baller and flash your wealth to everybody, nobody's really going to be impressed by that because that's just not that important here. And if anything, it's going to attract a lot of the wrong people who only want to use you and take advantage of you. I know a lot of foreigners who have come talking about cold approaching the women here and saying that the women are quite responsive. However, I don't think it's just a norm in Polish culture, and since I'm here, I want to try to assimilate to how the Polish people do it. If you do approach a group of people, it's not to say that they're going to totally reject you, just know that that's not really in the cultural norm here. When people go out, people normally stay within the groups and don't really interact with each other. But honestly, I like the fact that everybody minds their own business because I feel like I can just walk down the street and people don't really pay attention to me. Also, because there are a lot of Asians here, I don't really stand out as much as I did when I was in Colombia. If you're going to be living here in Poland, try your best to assimilate. And I think this is just proper manners to do any country that you try to live in the world. I think a lot of people from the West and a lot of digital nomads will go and live in a place for a year or two, try to bring their home culture to wherever they're staying. Don't do that here. The Polish people will not take too kindly to that. So once again, my friend corrected me and she said that Poland is actually quite open to other cultures. They just don't like it when you try to pressure them into changing for your culture. And I think that's one of the main
Oh,
reasons why there's a lot of negative stereotypes against Muslims and African immigrants right now. However, they do love Americans here. So you can say that you're proudly American. Just
all right. So I need to really get this off the bat, right? So I've actually seen some places where I've heard about this stereotypes about African American. Did I use the word African American? I'm not African American, so let me use the word African. You know, and I really want to understand is I because I really want to visit Poland one day, and I'm not actually thinking about migrating yet. But I know if I make a visit there and I love the culture and I think about migrating, because I've seen a lot about their video and their cultural heritage, which for a fact has impressed me so far. You understand? But hearing the fact that there is a stereotype around Africans, you know, um, I don't really like going where I feel like I might not be accepted or I might be kind of like segregated or kind of like casted out. And I've had a lot of Polish friends that have actually said that I should come visit, that I should come. Like, I feel the warm welcome, but hearing this, so I don't want to really believe that there is a stereotype for Africans in Poland. I really want to doubt that with all my heart because I know for a fact that Poland is open. They are the kindest people I've actually seen on this space so far. But I've done a reaction about them. The five things Poland did that changed history or something like that. I think that's the title if I'm correct. And when I saw all the things they did, you know, about how they supported blacks and everything, how they accepted refugees and all those kind of things. So hearing that there is a stereotype on Africans, I don't really want to believe that, and I hope that is not the truth because I myself I'm hoping one day to visit Poland, and I don't want to be, stereotyped when I come to Poland. And because, like I said, I feel like Poland is like a second family to me on this internet space. So please, I really hope that fact is not true. So please, if that fact is true, please let me know in the comment section because, like I said, I don't want to really believe that there is a stereotype like that because, like I said, I believe that Poland is the kindest people in the world, and kind people don't really like stereotype. So
just try not to put Poland down in the process. Polish is a very difficult language to learn, so I don't think the locals expect you to speak super fluently, especially if you've moved here, because a lot of people here do speak English. I've been here for 7 months and I have not learned it yet because I know it's going to require a lot of dedicated effort. But I think showing basic respect for the language, learning some basic phrases like hello, goodbye, thank you, stuff like that will go a long way. So definitely show some respect for the culture and the language, even though I understand how difficult it is. Another thing that I found very funny is the fact that before you go into a Polish house, you have to take off your shoes. This is actually the same in Ukraine as well. I thought it was a uniquely Asian thing, but no, it seems like a lot of countries on this side of the world, even the Middle Eastern countries, require you to take off your shoes before entering the house. House slippers are definitely a must, and if you walk around the house with shoes or put shoes on your bed like a lot of Westerners do, don't do that here. You're gonna get yelled at. Polish are very clean people, and that's something.
If it comes to that in that aspect, right, we do that over here. Like when a visitor comes to your house, he's expected to remove his shoe at the front door and then walk inside the house. Usually, the only people like I've seen that have been allowed to wear shoe into your home are more like business kind of like meeting. But if it is a guest, a visitor, like just casual visitation and stuff like that, you have to pull your damn shoes off at the door. Sorry for that one. Let's continue.
Something that I heavily appreciate because their standard of cleanliness is quite similar to how I grew up in my Chinese household. Another thing you want to watch out for is speaking too loudly in public transportation. In some of the more Latin countries, maybe like Spain, Italy, the people are a lot more lively and it's a lot more common to see people talking in the subway. But here, people are quite silent, and it reminds me of maybe Germany. Austria is the same way. So if you go into public transportation, try not to make a lot of noise and be super loud with your friends. Just kind of keep things to yourself and generally be quiet on public transportation. Another thing you don't want to do here is jaywalk. Polish people like to obey the traffic rules. A lot of times if there's no lights or anything, the cars will stop and let you pass. But if you're at the corner of a crosswalk and the light is red, people will not cross the street. So definitely keep that in mind. And here's a bonus tip. Be a man of your word and be useful. I think there's an expectation, especially for men, that you can provide value and to be handy around the house, but just be able to do stuff, right? A common complaint that a lot of Polish girls say about their men is that they were babied growing up, and a lot of them are mama's boys. So if you're a man and you're useful and you're always contributing value and you're handy and you're competent, I feel like that trait is very valued here. If you guys want to watch another video, I highly recommend this one. Did I miss anything? Let me know down below. Peace.
All right. So thank you for that. That was really an eye opener. Um, First of all, before I go into the details of this video, and like I've actually made the video so long, so I'm gonna really like cut down to the chase. Now, watching this video, I realized something, right? The personality of the Polish people, in the sense that okay, there was this Polish video I did recently about. I think they said the video did not have like an English name, so I didn't really know what the video was all about initially. So, but in the comment section, they said it was about the changing of guard of the heroes, unknown and everything like that. So in that video, most of them pointed out that I was laughing, you know, but I really wish they would have actually understood that it was not actually me laughing at the ceremony, but rather me being excited. Like I said, if you've watched all my videos, you will know I am very excited when it comes to military personnel. And often, more often than enough, you see me always smiling, always laughing. It does not mean I'm laughing in mockery, but it means that I'm laughing out of excitement, out of being like happy. Because I know if I go to Poland right now, that's where I'm trying to get all these facts correct. If I go to Poland right now, the first thing you see me do is smile, because this is a place I actually want to visit. So when I see things that I love, the first thing that comes to my mind is happiness, is smile, laughter, a laughter of joy, an expression of happiness, an expression of joy. It does not in any way insinuate disrespect to your culture, nor disrespect to your values. It's just kind of like my own personality. That is the way I interact with the world, you know. And you see, in this video, I try so much because of the last video. I try so much not to actually smile at some things that I noticed there, and it didn't make me me. That is the thing. It didn't make me me. So that's why I'm asking all this thing, because I know I'm kind of like a different. I don't want to say I'm a different breed of personality, but I know when it comes to interaction, when it comes to things that I love, things that makes me happy, I smile, I laugh. Not a laugh of mockery, but a laugh of excitement. You understand? So if most of you took that video as an insult, I really apologize for that, but that was not the intention. The intention was just my excitement, my joy of seeing the military personnel. Then coming back to this video, I really want to know what you guys think about it in the comment section, because I won't lie. Number one thing that I am actually, that is making me shaky a little bit is the smiling part and the stereotyping of Africans. I really want to know if Poland really is do stereotype in culture, because I know Poland is kind of like open to cultural values of order. They are open to that interpretation. So I feel like that fact might not have been 100% accurate. And I know I have a lot of family in the Poland community, and none of them have ever stereotyped me or given me any form of attitude. So I really don't want to believe that. And thank you guys. I'm sorry I made this video longer than it should be. Thank you guys for sticking around to this part. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on this YouTube channel. I am so sorry for making it long. See you guys on my next update. For now, remain blessed and bye.